December 31st, 2021 will be my last day at Tech Data. That means January 1st, 2022, I will be a full-time photographer and filmmaker. And that's insane. In 2 years, in 2 very short years, 2.5, my wife and I have purchased a home, gotten an amazing dog, and had a baby, had a little son, Julian. And honestly, having a son just kind of put everything into perspective. I didn't want to spend 40 hours of my week just away from my family. And sure, I'm working from home, but even if you're working from home, you're not really with your family. And if anything, it's more taxing on you because there's no separation. Not like I'm working off the clock, but it just feels like I'm still at work. Like this room that I'm in, my office where I do a lot of my editing, it feels like I'm still at Tech Data, and it's just kind of insane. I feel like working from home has taken a toll on a lot of people over the past 2 years. That's why I sold my iMac and got a laptop, because I just needed to edit elsewhere. Having a son just kind of puts everything into perspective, of course. I can't spend 40 hours of my week away from my family, away from my house duties, and I got to like a breaking point, honestly. It's terrifying leaving the safety of a paycheck and health insurance, but honestly, I'm making as much money with my paycheck doing photography part-time. So if I have all the time to invest into it, then I want to grow this as a career. Now it's not just the money aspect, but this is what I want to do full-time for the rest of my life. So I'm just so ready to hit the ground running and grow and learn and get more clients and more experience in this field, which I love. Every opportunity that I have to learn is amazing. So I am so grateful to have a wife who will back me up and who will just push me towards my dreams. She hasn't just tolerated my dreams, she's pushed me towards them. That's insane. She knew that I could do this before I realized I could do this. So thank you so much, Taylor. And another thing that I want to do for 2022 is post more on YouTube. I know I've talked about this a lot, and I've failed just as much, but I feel like YouTube is entirely my own. It's the time where I can make a video that is entirely up to me. I decide what it's about, and that's more fun. It's also harder. I realize that I get a lot more creative and motivated, encouraged to make stuff for other people. But when it comes to me, I'm very lenient and just kind of like passive, and that's irritating. I want to make the best stuff for me, because that's when I get to be experimental. That's when I get to test out new gear and new techniques, and I can just reuse that for clients. But I don't know what it is, but I just need to be encouraged to make my own stuff. And even if it's not the most creative or the most amazing work, I still need to put it out there, because that's going to get me to the next video and the next thing that I can make, which will be better than the previous. Will always be better than the previous. That's the goal. So 2022, no more desk job, full-time career, be a better husband, be a better father, be a better son, build this house up, just get it exactly how you want it, make more money than I was making at Tech Data, and just build. I'm ready. I'm at an age where I kind of just want to build. It's a different feeling working for yourself versus working for a company, because when you're clocking in and clocking out, you don't really think about it. You don't care if things go well. You're just kind of doing your duties and the bare minimum and in and out. Working for yourself, it's when you get to build and you really pour yourself into it, especially when it's one of your passions and it's your own career. It's the best thing you can do is work for yourself, I think. It's funny because you think, oh, it's just a job, it's just a career, but we spend so much time doing these things that if you're unhappy for the majority of your week, you're pretty unhappy in your life. If you only bank on certain PTO or certain vacations to be actually happy, then how good of a life is that? So I'm 25 years old, and for the next 5 years of my life, I just want to grow and build and make everything around me better. And by the time I'm 30, just kind of, I don't know, 5-year plan. Maybe it's just build everything and see where I am when I'm 30. So yeah, 2020, it was just my wife and I, and we moved from Tampa to St. Pete in the middle of a pandemic, and we got a dog the very next day. 2021, we bought a house and we had a son in October. In 2022, I quit my job, full-time photographer and videographer. And I'm just so ready to get started. I'm so ready. I'm so motivated, and I'm so blessed with the faculties to do this and the support from my family and from my wife. And I'm just lucky to have a passion that I can actually pursue. And I'm just ready. I'm excited for 2022. So I'll be posting more on YouTube, and I will see you next year.